Hey guys, long time no talk. I honestly cannot remember the last time I did a bump date. I'm so bad about doing these. I just have no time and no energy to do them, but I was like, no, I'm going to take time and do it today because I haven't even talked about my last doctor's appointment, and my next doctor's appointment is tomorrow, so I need to do it. And hopefully I can remember what happened because it was only 2 weeks ago, so it really wasn't that long. But anyway, welcome to my 28-week bump date. I am 28 weeks today, just turned 28 weeks, and I am now officially in my third trimester, which is just crazy to think. I am getting into the home stretch now. Probably the hardest part of pregnancy is coming up because it's the end. You get huge and just super uncomfortable, but I'm just gonna take it day by day and just hope I can make it. I mean, obviously I'll make it. So I can give you guys some stats about the baby, just like from my app. So at 28 weeks, I die at the size comparisons. I use the what to expect when you're expecting app, and it is so funny. It says that my baby is as big as a box of saltine crackers. Like, what? Or a head of lettuce, Aladdin's magic lamp, Dorothy's ruby slippers from the Wizard of Oz, or a clear landline phone, or a bowling pin. So yeah, that's how big the baby is. What's going on with baby? The baby can now recognize voices, so it can recognize my voice, it can recognize probably Anthony's voice, I'm sure the boys' voices, because my boys like to talk to my belly, especially my 4-year-old. He loves talking to the baby. Baby is blinking. Also, baby can cough, hiccup, suck, and practice breathing. Also, the baby can dream too. So that's what's going on with the baby. So I'll talk about my doctor's appointment. I think it was at 26 weeks pregnant is when I went to the doctor most recently. And it was pretty boring, but I'll go over it real fast. So I went in and they did all the usual, pee in a cup, blood pressure, weight. And then the craziest thing though, I walk in and they're like, did you do the glucose test? And I was like, no. And they were like, oh, you were supposed to do that. And I was like, oh, well, I was never given the drink. I was never told about it. And they were like, yeah, that's our fault. I know every doctor's office is different, but mine, they give you the drink, the appointment prior, and then you take it home, store it in your fridge until the next appointment. You drink it 45 minutes before your appointment, and then you go in and get your blood drawn an hour after you've finished the drink. I know some doctor's office, they just have you drink it right then and there, and then you have to wait a whole hour. Mine doesn't do that, which I'm thankful for because I don't have time to just sit in an office for an hour to wait to get my blood drawn. But anyway, yeah, they were like, ooh, yeah, you need to do that. So they like gave me all the paperwork, and then they let me pick, and they have 3 different kinds, which I've had all 3. Lemon, lime, orange, and fruit punch. I think lemon lime was probably my favorite. I think I had that with my first, and it tasted like Sprite. My least favorite would probably be the fruit punch, which I feel like I had that with my most recent pregnancy with Avery, and I did not like it. I just didn't like the taste. The orange I liked as well. So I just picked lemon lime because it's been 7 years since I've had it. So it's in my fridge now, and then they also told me that I will get the Tdap shot, which is for whooping cough, just to pass antibodies on to the baby, because babies can't get it till they're like 2 months old, I think, or 4 months old, I can't remember. And then I might be getting the Rogam shot as well. I gotta ask them about that because they didn't mention it, but it's only for negative blood types, so maybe they forget that I'm negative blood type. So anyway, I'll mention that when I go tomorrow. to my next doctor's appointment. But anyway, yeah, so they gave me all the information. They also gave me the paper saying that I need to register at the hospital, which is like wild, to let them know that I'm coming. The nurse left, and then my doctor came in, and she asked how I was doing, and I was like, I'm fine. She did a heartbeat check with her Doppler, found the heartbeat right away this time, because the time before that it took forever, it felt like, to find it. This time it was no problem, and the heart was going fast. It went 160 beats per minute, which is fast compared to the past couple times. It's been like in like 140s, 150s. So yeah, that was really fast, but all sounded good. She measured my belly, and that was measuring on track, I think. I don't think she told me like how big it was measuring. Anyway, that went well. And then she's like, so to do the glucose test, you have to do it within this window, and the window is 24 weeks to 28 weeks. And I was seeing her at 26 weeks, and I was like, oh. I actually think I was 26 weeks, like I was turning 27 weeks like the next day. And I was like, oh, well, okay. And she was like, so I'm gonna need you to come in 2 weeks instead of 4 weeks, because we gotta get this test in. So that's why I'm going so soon. Normally I would wait a month to go again, but because of the mishap and just bad timing, they are having me come in 2 weeks later instead of 4 weeks later. But other than that, everything looked great with the baby, and I'm feeling fine, and that was the end of the appointment. So really not exciting, except for the fact that they were like, oh, you need to come back in sooner. So I go back in tomorrow, I'll do my glucose test, and I'll do a new video probably next week recapping how that appointment went. So that's how the doctor appointment went. As for me and how I'm doing at 28 weeks, so I'll just run over a couple of my symptoms. The biggest thing is leg cramps. I'm having leg cramps so bad. Every morning I wake up, and I don't even think about it. I just immediately go to stretch, and when I stretch out my legs, I get such bad leg cramps. It's so horrible. And for the first time ever, I feel like, I actually got a leg cramp in my thigh instead of like my calf. And that one hurt so bad, and it took forever to go away, and standing up didn't help. I actually had to like limp my way around for a while until it finally got better. It was so bad. My leg feels fine now. A couple days later, but yeah, that was horrible. So not loving the leg cramps. I'm feeling baby all the time, mostly at night when I'm not moving, but also like when I'm just sitting still, I feel baby. They are moving all the time, moving like crazy, so that's nice. I recently got a cold. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, so I'm dealing with that, which stinks because, you know, when you're pregnant, you can't take a lot of cold medicine. So I'm just taking Tylenol, cold and flu, and hoping that this passes, but that's not been fun. I'm not really having any crazy cravings. I still love burgers and get them whenever I can, so I guess that's kind of consistent. And I've been loving ice cream. I've been having that like every night, which the baby goes crazy whenever I have ice cream. But other than that, nothing like crazy craving wise. I do get tired. It's funny, like some nights I'm exhausted and can barely keep my eyes open past like 9 p.m. And other nights I feel great, and I'm like, it's 11 o'clock, and it's usually when I go to bed and I'm still like wide awake. So it's kind of all over the place. I'm still for the most part able to sleep through the night without having to get up to pee, which is amazing. I'm honestly shocked that I've made it this far. I'd say maybe like once or twice a week I have to get up in the middle of the night, but for the most part I sleep through the night, which has been really nice because I really like my sleep. It's definitely getting harder to bend over. I grunt a lot, and Anthony's always like, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, it sucks bending over to pick anything up. My belly's just getting bigger, and it's just really painful whenever I have to bend over. You know, imagine strapping like a huge apparently a bowling pin or a size of saltine cracker box to your belly and having to bend over all the time because my kids leave stuff on the floor or like getting down on the floor and then getting back up. Horrible. Yeah, that's been getting a lot harder. I'm dreading like towards the end and just trying to deal with all that. But yeah, definitely not enjoying bending over. Some days it feels like the baby is right on my bladder and I have to pee all the time, and other days it's not as bad, but still having to pee quite a bit during the day, and I'm thirsty all the time, so I'm sure that doesn't help. I have been getting Braxton Hicks maybe once a day, if that, maybe once every like couple days I get one, and they're usually when I'm just like sitting still at night and they just come on. It's just one, but yeah, have been experiencing those, which I guess is not bad. It's good. It's your body preparing for labor. So hopefully my body is preparing, because my body likes to hold on to babies. With Avery, I did an elective induction at 39 and I wasn't dilated at all. And she was my third. So I'm not having high hopes, but I would love to be dilated a little bit earlier this time, but we'll see how this goes. I do feel like I get out of breath a lot, especially going up and down the stairs, or if I'm carrying my 2-year-old around, I definitely get winded pretty easily. Even going on like long walks, it gets kind of hard on me. I'm just out of shape. And then I get through half the amount I want to walk and then I have to pee again. So yeah, it's a little hard to go on walks lately, but I'm trying to keep up with it so I stay somewhat in shape. We still do not know the gender of the baby. My plan is still to wait until the baby's born. We do not have any names for the baby either. No boy name and no girl name. So that is still up in the air. Not great, but hopefully we'll come up with we gotta come up with something soon. My husband and I just need to like sit down and really talk about it. We just like every couple days we'll like send names back and forth and we just veto all the names. So yeah, we just need to like get serious about it, but we still have time, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, nothing really on that end. I am kind of going with green for this baby. Team green, not finding out the gender. It's like a light green, so I got like a little outfit for the hospital that's green, gender neutral, and then it comes with like a little boy hat or a little bow for a girl, and that has like a he's here or a she's here like little circle plaque. So I plan on using that. And then my mom got me a Snuggle Me because I've never had like a newborn lounger before, and I got that in the color green. And then super nice, Anthony had a coworker make us a baby blanket. She quilted it herself and it's really amazing, and they made that in the color green as well. So kind of going with the green theme with this baby, which is fun. But I really haven't bought too much for the baby. Like those are kind of it. Somebody on my Facebook group of my old neighborhood was giving away like a bag of newborn diapers, so I went and got those. So those are like the first diapers I got for the baby. But yeah, I have like a registry on Amazon of all the things that I need for the baby, which really isn't that much. I did find a used diaper genie because my original one broke. 7 years old, I guess things break. So I did find a used one. It doesn't smell, so I have that. So slowly getting things, but there's still quite a bit that I need for this baby. But I don't know, I'm not in nesting mode yet, although I just started the 3rd trimester today, so I'm sure it's coming. But I've just been so busy with like end of school stuff, and there's been a lot of like events and weddings lately, so I think I'm just trying to get through all that, and then maybe as the summer goes on I'll get more into getting ready for a baby. I'm not quite sure how much we're really gonna like put up for the baby. Like usually people get the nursery already, but Avery, our 2-year-old, is in the nursery right now, and I'm not planning on moving her until basically the new baby is kicking her out, because I want to keep her in the crib as long as possible. So I don't think I'll change the room over until, I don't know, the baby is, I don't know, 6 months old maybe. Depends how long we keep the baby in our room in the bassinet. So not too much like nursery wise, but of course we'll get out like the bassinet and like all the newborn essentials. I still need to order like my pump that I get free through insurance and things like that. I'm like, some things I'm doing, and then other things I'm like, I got time, I'm just gonna put it off. So 4th baby problems, I guess. But yeah, we're still super excited for the baby to come. The kids talk about it all the time, not the 2-year-old, but the 7-year-old and the 4-year-old talk about the baby all the time. They try to help me come up with names, but their names are not helpful. They come up with names like, we should name the baby Pizza, or we should name the baby my name, Grayson, or my name, Porter, you know, so it's cute, but it's not helpful. But it's cute. The 2 older ones are excited for the baby to come, and I'm excited too. My sister just had a baby, and so it's so fun holding her little newborn and then thinking like that's gonna be me in a couple months. So love getting the newborn snuggles, but also handing the baby back and getting sleep at night, because I know pretty soon I won't be getting sleep at night when I bring my baby home. Anyway, I've just been rambling. I think this video is going to be way too long, so I will show you a bump update, and then hopefully I will remember to do a 29-week video so that I can update you guys on how the glucose appointment went. Hopefully I do not have gestational diabetes. I have not had it with any of my previous pregnancies, so hopefully it continues and I don't have to do the 3-hour test, and hopefully I don't have gestational diabetes, but we will see. So anyway, here is a bump date. Okay, here is the bump date. I basically have to wear all maternity shirts now. So you basically see this is it. 28 weeks pregnant right here, big belly. My husband looked at me the other day and said, you already look like you could be in the 3rd trimester. And I was like, well, I am almost there. And now of course I am today, but yeah, my belly just looks huge. You know, 4th baby problems, your belly just grows so much bigger. Hard to think it's gonna keep growing for another, what, like 12 weeks? So yep, here is the belly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week for my 29-week update. Bye guys.